Would you please join in the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Thank you. Roll call.
Trustee Sheets, Trustee Hunter,
Here.
Trustee Good.
Here. Is Hannah on?
Yes, yes.
Hi, Hannah. Thank you for being here.
Hi there, thanks for having me.
I have no minutes. I will make a motion to pay our expenditures. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Hunter,
Yes.
Trustee Good.
Yes. And our deputy had two other meetings. We'll save his report to the end because he was going to try to make it. So we'll go on to road department. Robert.
Apparently you had more information on this than I did, that they're closing a bridge on Garrick Road.
You didn't get the email from him?
From Ed Herrick.
No.
Okay. I'll look.
His last name starts with an S.
Okay. I'll look,
I'll
make sure I
forward
didn't
it to
miss it. Yeah, do that, please. There's only a couple properties that's gonna be impacted by this. They are putting in a temporary bridge. I told Chief, might send some guys out there and look at it to see, which I think a fire truck can fit through there too, but, they just have to be careful. Cause right now it just doesn't look the greatest, so, but that's approximately for 21 days.
So are the two houses on the other side of the bridge?
There's one property, back at Lane, the long lane to the left, and there's another one straight back where I cleaned that, tree line. But yeah, that way they've got at least medic service back to them. Yeah, we'll see how things go.
Okay.
But yeah, it's supposed to start on the April 15th, but it may be pushed back because of rain. Had quite a bit of storm damage from that one bad night there, and we're still kind of cleaning some of it up. There's still tree down in the cemetery that we need to take care of. Rob Roy Lane, they've got the crack sealing job finished. They were out there today finishing it up. I went and looked at it, and I'm very pleased with the work they did so far. Hopefully it'll last a good long time, taking care of them bigger cracks. And we had one burial just today. Reminder, the spring cleanup is Friday, May 3rd and Saturday, May 4th. And on the unresolved items, I have no information on them right now.
Still unresolved.
Still unresolved.
Okay. Any questions or anything for Robert?
Robert, really quick, what was the road that the bridge project's happening on? I missed that.
Garrick Road, Gerich. This portion of it, you have to go down Olmsted Road in Madison County to get to it. It's where there used to be kind of a road through there, and Little Darby cuts right through the middle of it. So it's just kind of an undeveloped right of way or easement back here for the one property. But yeah, it's on the Madison County side, it's called Garrick Lily. But once you get back into the portion of Franklin County, it just turns into Garrick.
Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Did you have anything for Robert?
What were the times on the cleanup? What your hours?
I think it is 7:30 to 4 on Friday. And 7:30 to 4. I say 4 or 5.
You said
At
4.
4 for Friday?
I think the last
I think
couple
it's
ones
5.
we've kept them.
It's
the
5
same
o'clock
days.
it's 5 o'clock on Friday and 4 on Saturday.
Okay.
I'll double check to make sure, but
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get that on the board once you get that times.
Okay. Anything else? Chief?
Pretty quiet month other than a couple weeks other than runs, been fairly busy. We got a Tarma come in, our insurance agent, and did an assessment of the township and the building. I think they do it annually, and they come back with some general recommendations, and those are basically review policies and procedures. That's a standard one. Maintain record keeping of vehicles, maintenance and checks, review driving policies for all township employees. Provide anti-sexual harassment training annually, which they do provide for free. So I'm going to get that scheduled through them. One of the things she recommended, and I don't think we have it, a hold harmless agreement for use of the township hall for other agencies. And they recommended that we get that, so if something happens while someone's here, we're not liable for their injuries, basically. But, and
Have you ever heard of us doing that, Paula?
Do what, I'm saying?
The
A hold harmless?
Yeah,
I've never been involved in, we had talked about doing something like that, I think several years ago, but
okay.
I never saw anything.
I remember.
I mean, nobody
talking about-
goes through me, so, yeah.
Okay.
so I'll probably look at something and see, because we have Timberlake meets here, and I think occasionally there's some other groups, and just, pretty much just the waivers, what it amounts to when they're here. That they recommended documenting citizens' complaints and issues, and I talked to Robert, I shared this with Robert earlier, and about, how basically just tracking everything, because I know he brings everything to the board and does a nice job with that, but just a paper trail. So in case someone comes back and says, well, you never addressed this, same with us, and we're reviewing what we do too. So we make sure we have it documented. If someone ever says, well, we asked for this and you never gave it to us, we can go back and say, no, you asked for it. Here's the date. Here's how we addressed it, to go back. Motor vehicle checks annually, checking all employees, and then offering hepatitis B vaccinations to all employees. Most people have that, but I'm going to go back and do a double check. I'm not sure, Robert, if your road crew had theirs or not.
I know I had mine about 23 years ago, but I can't remember. I think they actually did go somewhere and get them when they first started.
Okay, and I'm
I'll
not
double
sure.
check.
Ryan, life expectancy on those hepatitis B vaccinations?
I can look into it, Chief. I don't off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, we'll double check on that because that's something to look into. That ISO, the insurance agency come in, they did an assessment of the fire department the other day. So we have a number of documents you have to upload, and that report will probably take a few months before they get that. And then training. So those documents really include just annual training records that we have, pump tests, hose tests, things that we do on an annual basis. We just need to upload those documents. Training, paramedical school was continuing, and we've had guys in rescue school that they've been to. And then, let's see. And the last part, SLFR funds, I'm in the process of finishing that up because I had to I had to update our SAM's membership. So I just got that updated. I didn't realize that was expiring, so I just got that updated. So we should be good to go. I'll finish that up here this week on this.
Okay. When you get that finished, would you let us know?
Yes, I will do that, yes. And the only other thing I have, Paul, is for you. I think we have a number of people that have had their pension taken out twice on their paycheck system this period. So I think we're gonna have to look at that because that's about, we may have to write them a check or figure something out because that's about a $500 or $600 hit for some people. that they got.
Okay. Oh, that's the first I'm hearing about it.
Well, the people that are just getting it and got it into their account just saw it, so.
Okay.
But we can talk afterwards, but I got it, I can show you.
Well, I mean, I'll just have to go back through my records and stuff, but, that was one of the things that was gonna bring up is we're definitely gonna have to shop for another payroll company. Cause payroll got turned in on Wednesday and it was all day Thursday, all day Friday, all day yesterday till about 4:30, just to get them to get what pay got out today. And I don't understand the problems, the people I talk to in the one department that I turn it into. When I see there's mistakes that I catch, because I have them send me a preview, I send them an email and list by file number, name, specify what the mistake I've caught. If it's a major mistake or a major issue, which trying to get the tax deferred on the pensions and the insurance, they tell me I have to go to somebody in client services do that. And I can give you a whole log of phone calls and emails that have gone back and forth to those people. And I don't know if they've got one department farmed out to someone else or even to another country. I don't know, because when I'm talking to one person, then when I talk to client services, they're asking me questions and I'm like, well, I don't know what they did over here. And they said that client services is telling me they cannot pull up the information that the other department did. It's been a total nightmare the last two payrolls. So.
Is there any chance we can get somebody from ADP in to explain all that?
I have, honestly, what they tell me is this person has no idea why it's happening and they're looking into it and whatever. I just think at this point, we probably need to look at other payroll companies. Because I don't understand why a payroll company,
Right.
I had a guy this week tell me that, and part of the problem is like, because we're changing those, there's very limited people that you're one, that has a consistent gross base that I can compare this pay to this pay to that pay. And with everybody else having a variety of overtime hours, it's very hard to find some comparisons in there from payroll to payroll. I had one guy from there tell me that, well, you need to go back and meet with your employees and tell us how much you want taken out of, how you want this calculated out. And I'm like, you have their profiles, so you know how, whether federal, state, married, single exemptions. And I'm like, your guys are the ones supposed to be calculating. That's what we pay you for. So
If you want, I mean, I
It has
can't say
gotten-
enough good things about the payroll company I use. One of my next upcoming payrolls, I can come down and show you how I can do payroll for
It's
150 people in
gotten
10
insane.
minutes.
yeah,
So I'd be more than happy
Yeah.
to show you my system. They do their timesheets electronically. I hit import, it imports it into the system. I hit preview, check it all, submit it, it's done.
well, like I said, it's progressively gotten worse. We've been with them forever. And
Yeah.
so that's why I started having them send me previews before it gets released. So like I said, there's some I can catch, but every time I say that here's a major issue, well, it's got to go to client service department. And then when I talk to those people, they're asking me questions and I'm like, well, I don't know what this department did. That's, because I'm not seeing anything at my end. So, and they're like, well, we can't pull their information over here. It's crazy.
Who I use, you have a designated payroll specialist
Yeah.
who handles every single thing on your account.
Well,
You don't get passed
like
around
I
to
said,
anybody.
ADP, I don't know if they farmed it out or what they've done, but
Like I said, I can't say enough good about them. So if you'd like to see the system, I'd be
It's
happy to show it
just-
to you.
So what
became
you
insane.
do the employees enter their own time?
So I've got 5 departments. Each one is different. I have one department that uses the time clock. They walk in, put their fingerprints on. Our fire department, the officers do the time for everybody. But there is a scheduler. So because they're every 3rd day, it's automatically filled in. So they just have to go in and, like, if they're requesting vacation, once the officer approves that, then it changes it from worked hours to vacation. And it automatically keeps track of all those leave balances. It automatically adds sick leave. We do vacation accrual, so it adds that every time. And then
Is the
we
road
do-
department different?
Yes, Dave actually does the whole departments. The rest of us do our own individually. So, and then once those are done, the supervisors of each department have to go in, the employee has to verify it at the end of the pay period. Then the supervisor has to go in and verify it. So there's kind of that extra level of, and we rely on the supervisors to confirm they're all right. And
So
then
then
once
what
that's
would-
done, it pulls it into the system, generates me a preview so I can see every person's thing, and I do pension pre-tax, pension post-tax, and OP&F. It keeps them all separated, and they actually give me, I know you said you don't get pension reports.
No.
They give me a pension report every month, so all I have to do is enter it. And they're actually working on the bulk upload so that you don't have to, because I actually hate doing the OP&F one. If they'll get it to where you can bulk upload, you don't even have to enter it anymore.
Well, I've just always done, ever since I've been here, is all the tax. They basically, the only thing we pay ADP for is processing our
Right.
payroll. And then all that extra, because every service you use is
Yes.
an extra expense.
HR Butler will be more expensive, I'm sure, but it's a package deal, so. And you don't have to do the whole self-service. We don't get paycheck stubs. They're actually loaded and each employee has their own. They get their own paycheck stubs. They get their own W-2s. We don't print and mail any of that
Okay,
unless an employee is no longer with us because they wouldn't have access.
right.
And then they automatically generate it and mail it if they aren't
Well,
there.
like I said, especially after the last two payrolls, it's,
Well, I'll be more than happy to show it to you if you'd like to see how smooth it runs for me.
okay.
Could they supply the software to do your time?
It is web-based. So
Okay.
you log into you have a little, I have a little icon on my desktop.
Well, I mean, right now, I'm old school writing it down on.
Yeah, you
paper.
need to do that.
I've
It'll
done it.
keep track of everybody's leave balances once we get them all. The only time I ever have a hiccup is the first of the year, because of people who get prior service credit. Because we give them, they know all of our stuff. At this amount of years, you get this, you get this. So they have all that built into the system. And they custom build it for each department based on the rules and, different things. So, it costs us about, I want to say $3,000 a month, but I have 175 employees, so
So it's probably based on,
it is.
This-
Part of it is based on the number of employees.
Yeah.
So obviously I have a lot more employees, the cost would be lower, but it's definitely gonna be more expensive than ADP.
Right.
but your trackability is a lot better in your ears. Yeah.
But anyways, I will be looking into, I figured check around a couple different companies, whatever, and go from there. But yeah, the last two pays with ADP has gone crazy.
Yeah, because I believe our, the staffing program we use, ESO, is the same thing. I can send that right to Paula.
ESO will integrate with
Yes,
iSolved.
Yeah.
It does not with us because we're on a 24 pays a year instead of 26.
okay.
But if you're on a 26, ESO can integrate with iSolved.
Okay, anything else for Chief? Any old business? Any new business? Hey, Paula?
Okay, I will copy you. We've received a report on a worker comp hearing that was held. Received from Franklin County Engineers Office saying that if we want to consider having Franklin County assist with any seeking funding with Ohio Public Works projects that might be coming up. Just a newsletter from BWC from Sedgwick. Received some information from SWACO on their Earth Month toolkit and resource availability. Newsletter from State Township Association. Just Bureau Workers Comp is having an employer update webinar. Newsletter from Franklin County Soil and Water. Information from SWACO on food waste initiatives. The newsletter from the State Township Association, and just a pamphlet kind of from Asheville Propane, just said they want to supply information to help protect safety precautions, that type thing. And that's all I have. And I did have a note there about mentioning about needing to shop for a payroll company. So, but that's the only other thing I had.
Okay, since our deputy has not made it, he sent his report is from March 12th to April the 9th. At a total number of calls of 276. Total reports taken 23. Total arrest or citations 13. Burglaries 1 on Avon. Traffic crashes 25. Medic runs 22. Thefts 1 on Harrisburg, Georgesville Road. 1 missing person. 21 calls for suspicious persons or vehicles. 1 vandalism on London Groveport Road. 45 traffic offenses. And 1 motorcycle, ATV, or bike complaint. And on March 13th, deputies responded to the 5900 block of Harrisburg, Georgesville Road on a report of identity theft. An unknown individual had taken several $100s from the homeowner's bank account, and that's an ongoing investigation. On March 18th, deputies responded to the 6800 block of Avon Drive on a report of a burglary in progress. The homeowner had observed an unknown individual entering his residence through the security system. Deputies cleared the residence and detectives processed the scene. This investigation is ongoing and no suspects at this time. On April 1st, deputies received a tip about illegal dumping of trash and debris in the 7100 block of Lambert Road. The investigation there is ongoing. This is a report from the Sheriff's Department. Is there anything else?
I do have one last thing. I did, I did make it up and checked out Pennsylvania Cemetery. Yeah, somebody had been up in there and vandalized it again. So once it gets dry enough to, it's gotta be pretty dry for us to get that backhoe up there. We'll go set everything back up. But were you able to get that lady's email? But you said it was on Nextdoor or something.
Yes,
Okay.
it'll be on Nextdoor. I can put it on there, but it'll be on Nextdoor for everybody.
It don't matter.
Okay. I'll update this and then put your email address.
But it's there for people to use.
Did you happen to get a report?
No.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Well, let me get a count on how many stones are down first, because we just swung through there kind of quick on our way to another job. So,
Yeah, it probably wouldn't hurt to call this car, Deputy Adkins.
okay.
Anything else? Then I will make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets, Trustee Hunter,
Yes.
Trustee Good.
Yes.
Thank you everyone for coming.